Hi Sam.
Hi.
As we all know, you own the Indian Networker brands. Would you like to tell us about your journey towards creating this brand?
Sure. I started off as an entrepreneur in 1991 and I ran a company called as Sam7 Computers, which was into computers and PC sales service and all. We were HP service providers, used to provide service to HP and HP Link's customers. And that was till about 2000 or so. About 2000 or so. In 2000, suddenly the market changed and HP and Compaq merged, and all of us were without products from HP. So that is the time I went into my own brand, which we made a assembled brand. I got it registered called as Samuron. That continued for some time, and about 5 years back, the computer market went really bad because of online. So I attended for about a year. I spent almost a lakh of rupees. I attended a lot of courses. I attended courses by Mahesh Murthy, by Social Wavelength, Rajiv Dhingra. All these courses I attended, and then I started to target the customers who were small medium businesses, and we started with a very small sum of money, and we were doing very well for about 4 years. About 4 years, about a couple of months back, we realized that social media has become not very relevant for small medium businesses because they think that they put in 20,000 rupees and they'll get customers at their door, but that doesn't happen with Facebook changing algorithms and all that stuff. And they wanted to manage somebody else to manage the account, which is not possible. You have to also manage the account over there. So I thought of having something. While I started the social media, I said, why not have a group of people, my social media customers, meeting up for an event. So I said, okay, they meet up for an event, what will they do there? So the concept of coffee with Karan was there, and I crowdsourced the idea, what should I name my group? And people, one guy said Jam with Sam, and a lot of people liked that, so I decided to do that. And we tied up with a very large, one of India's oldest advertising agency, Dataram Advertising.
The first.
Yeah, he's 105-year-old admin. So he came out with the logo, with the concept and everything, and I started it. So we started about 20-25 people coming for this meetup, and this had about 18 episodes. 18 episodes we had of that. And slowly people came and they told us that, okay, we want something which is going to have a lot of more people to come in. So about 9 months back, I came out with this thing called as the Indian Networker. We decided to get networkers, business professionals and all together. And this is going to be the 9th episode we're going to have right now. So that's been a bit of, so in adversity your brain starts working well, and I've come out with this particular thing. My initial venture of Sam7 Computers still continues. It'll complete about 25 years.
Okay.
Because still after sales service is a problem in India. So that's about me.
So Sam, can you tell us a little bit about the challenges that you face as an entrepreneur in the Indian ecosystem?
The biggest challenge we face is taxation and getting money. So everybody's got a good idea, but some of the ideas, if it is service, fine, you can do it. Second is the amount of laws which are there. Like for any company, you will have VAT, you will have service tax, you will have profession tax, and sometimes you don't realize this, especially in service tax. If you cross 10 lakhs, you are supposed to get a service tax number. And they will keep quiet about this, and suddenly you'll get one notice, give us all your life savings, because that's what you're robbed from us over there. When we go to ask them for a refund, we don't get it in time, but they want their money upfront. So laws are very strict over here. Second is getting good quality people. Now, people, what happens is, like, I ran a social media company, so I was getting decent people over there, but those people always wanted to go to a higher agency, go to brand names and all over there. So as a small business, you can't survive. You also have to grow. But most of the youngsters nowadays want to work for a big brand. They want it on the, either they're getting married or they're getting something, or okay, I'm working for so-and-so brand over there. While, we suffer over there. Like Dataram is one of the guys who's suffering because of the particular thing.
Can you give us a brief outlook of what your take on angel investors and philanthropists and government institutions is like? A broad...
Government institutions, like, you have this credit, MSME, they fund small, medium entrepreneurs, but the paperwork is huge over there. So you have to really break your head. Second is, if you want to take money from, I would always say, take money from your friends, families and fools to pick up money from them over there. Invest that money over there, because those people, even if, you lose that money or something, you will always be able to pay them back. But if you take it from an angel investor or something, it's very difficult to convince the person over there, and half the time you're relying on that money to come over there and he doesn't fund you, you're stuck. So take some amount of seed capital over there, do a kind of a lean startup, see whether the idea is going to work, speak to 5 or 10 people, then realize it. Just don't jump in, make a private limited company, get people and all, then expect money to come in. No. First try it out yourself, you do it yourself, whether you can get that stuff done over there. Then okay, if it succeeds, then you start employing, then you start doing. So when the entrepreneur, when the angel investor comes in, he already sees there's something going on, there's a profit being generated, there is some traction happening. Then he can invest in that over there. So that's what I feel could be done, to get investors in that stuff over there.
Finally, Sam, tell us about your hopes from the future, not just about the Indian networker, but also about the Indian startup ecosystem as a whole, especially in the current scenario of a new government coming into the center that is showing a lot of promise.
I feel that Indian entrepreneurs are born entrepreneurs because all of us want to be independent and start something on our own over there. So I feel the new government is offering a lot of hope. I do hope they make it as easy as in US to get funding, to get all that stuff over there, and the government starts setting up some sort of fund, like they're giving the poor a lot of stuff over there. They should also give it to the entrepreneurs so they can set up jobs and give it to the other people who are down the line over there. So I feel there's a lot of hope over there. There's a lot of, like, I started my business 25 years back. I had nobody to ask or find out regarding. I had to do it on my own. But right now for startups, there are a lot of, like, you have TIE, you have Startup Saturday, you have Google Business Group, you have angel investors. All these people are there to guide you and mentor you. So there's a lot more stuff happening. There's a lot more future which is happening for them over there. And sometimes you also get funded by them. So there's a lot of hope for the entrepreneurs, for startups and all over there, because there are a lot of events to give them knowledge. So we are in the process of starting a new group, a networking group, which is going to be, we have not yet got the name, so I'm just sharing this. For the first time sharing it online. So we have, the tagline is going to be where grown-ups meet startups, or where startup meets grown-ups.
Okay.
So we are going to bring together people who have got experience and people who want to have their startup.
Oh, nice.
And let them be mentored with actual people who have got industry experience over there. So that's what we are doing over there, and so this is what it is. But I feel there's a lot of hope for startups and all. But sometimes I do feel like I speak to my kids. My kids never want to be entrepreneurs. They think, "Papa, you struggle so much and doing all that stuff." But I say the fun is in struggle. You're having a 9 to 5 job. It's so boring over there. No. I want to work in a nice company. I want to have my private jet. I want to do this, and all that stuff over there. So that has to change because that entrepreneur dream is getting shattered over there. So people think that no, I'm going to do this job. I'm going to be much more. I don't want to struggle throughout my life over there. So that there should be some impetus for entrepreneurship in India.
And I'm sure that entrepreneurs like you will fuel that desire in youngsters like us, and startups will definitely mean the grown-ups.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for your time, Sam. It was nice talking to you.
Thank you.